Hey guys, let me just type here in the chat what we're going to be talking about today. Hey guys, let me just type here in the chat what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, let's see here. Uh-oh, hang in with me guys. How to deal with being a parent. Wow. Building your tax and accounting business. Hang in there with me, guys. Hold on, let's see. Can I pin it? Pin comment. Okay. Hey, guys. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Instagram. So I know I've been MIA for like over a month right now. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been hectic around here. You know, we are growing, we're expanding. It's really exciting. And honestly, when you're building, when you're in that growth phase of building, you actually lose track of time. You lose track of everything. So I have not done a video in over a month right now. So I'm super excited to connect with you guys. I missed you guys, right? I missed talking to you, answering all of your questions. So today I had a really great coaching session with my scale clients. This is my high level program where I teach my clients how to sell coaching and consulting services as well as courses, right? And one of my ladies, she was just asking me all the questions today. She was like, Krista, how do you stay motivated? Krista, how do you deal, and be a good parent while raising your children? She's like, Krista, what's your morning routine? Like she was firing them off today. And so what I wanted to do was just kind of come on, on YouTube, come on Instagram and kind of answer these questions live because I think it's going to help a lot of you guys as you are growing and scaling your very own tax and accounting business. So, quick introduction in case you forgot who I was. Okay. My name is Krista. I am an enrolled agent by the Internal Revenue Service, and I teach tax professionals, bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs from all over the world how to grow a multiple six-figure firm with my program, Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand. So check out those resources below and check out the new website. We just had a new website created. I finally up-leveled, right, my website. So check that out below. All right. So the very first question that she asked me, she said, Krista, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep yourself accountable and, and not get discouraged? And one of the things, I had to really sit there and think like, how do I stay motivated? How do I, really keep persevering? How do I work an enormous amount of hours, but I never get worn out, right? I never get really tired at the end of the day. And so what I really tapped back and I really looked into what keeps me going, it's really the fact that I'm passionate about what I do. At the end of the day, as long as you have passion, you're passionate about, providing the product or service that you're offering the market. You're passionate about solving people's problems, right? Giving them solutions. When you guys find your passion, you can show up and do it all day long. Just look at, one of my grandfathers. He is an avid golf player, right? And I'm like, how does he play golf all day, every day? He travels around the country and the world playing on some of the most elite golf courses around, right? How does somebody put so much effort into doing that, right? And it's because he's passionate about golf. So just like you're passionate about your hobby, you're passionate about your relationship, your children, you have to find your work that you're passionate about. You have to find the work that's actually going to light you up, because at the end of the day, you're going to get discouraged, you're going to get, worn down. You're going to feel like you just want to give up. And what keeps you persevering is the fact that you're passionate about it. So now you can, reinvigorate yourself the next day, right? You can re-spark that fire because it never really went out to begin with. So the key to really what I've personally found, and this is just my personal experience, is that I've been able to stay and really persevere through some very trying times, right? You guys know I talk about being broke every time I go live, right? Every time I do a video, I talk about when I was dead broke, right? When I couldn't afford a cup of coffee, when I was staying in my aunt's basement. I tell you guys this. And the reason that kept me going, one, I had a greater vision for myself. I had a greater vision for my family. And I knew at the end of the day, I came to this epiphany that as long as if I was helping people, like genuinely giving them the tools, the information, the resources, right, that I wish I would have had, I knew success was going to follow. So it's going to come a point, a time in your life when you know that as long as you are providing value, as long as you are helping people, that's what actually going to bring more success to you, right? And that's actually what is going to ignite a lot of what you're going to be passionate about, right? So one of the other things that I discovered about myself is that I naturally love to build things, right? I am a builder. I love building companies. I love helping my clients build their businesses. I love going on lives and teaching you guys how to be successful in your business because I am a builder. I love to build things. So when you love to build things, you're going to find the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to build because you love it, because you're passionate about it. So what I want you to write down, I want you to ask yourself the question, what could you do all day, every day, even if you weren't getting paid to do it, right? Actually, type that in the chat right now. What could you do all day, even if you weren't getting paid to do it? What could you do all day and still be invigorated, lit up to do it, right? I thought about that the other day, and right now we're building some humongous, assets to our business, right? And I'm so excited that sometimes, y'all, I can't even go to sleep. I feel like a little kid at night, right? Where it's 3:30 in the morning, and because I'm so passionate about building, about creating, that I'm up working, right? I'm progressing towards building this thing because that's who I am. So even if I wasn't getting paid to do what I'm doing, right, I would still do it because I love it, right? And when you have that type of passion, that is going to carry you through the trying times. Because trust me, guys, it gets tough out here. Anybody that is growing a business, you guys know it gets tough, right? Resources, money gets tough. Family gets tough. Relationships get tough, right? Children, right? We're going to talk about children in just a second. So figure out what you're passionate about. Figure out your big why. Like, why would anybody want to work with you? Why would anybody want to work with you? Why would anybody want to join your company, right? What do you stand for? At the end of the day, if you are stripped of everything that you have, what do you stand for? What is your intrinsic value? So this is where you got to create your personal mission, your personal vision, right? You have to know long-term who you are and what your big ideals are and what type of impact do you want to have on this world, right? When you leave this earth, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be known for, right? And when you're clear on who that person is, you're going to be invigorated to work towards that every single day. Okay. Hey guys. So the second question that my client asked me today, she was like, okay, thank you for that. She said, Krista, you got kids. She said, how are you building all of what you're building, this empire, with children? How do you do it? How do you not feel like a bad mom? Right. And this was such a great question. It was such a great question. So here's what I told her. I said, one, I used to be the mom to just be a workaholic. I'm still a workaholic, but here's where it gets interesting. I used to be the mom to where I just worked. And as long as my children were around me, I thought I was a good mom, right? I'm like, my kids, technically a stay-at-home mom, right? Because I work from home. My children are always around me. They're literally at and by my feet, okay, when they were younger. And now they're just in the vicinity on your tablets or whatever the case may be. And so what I come to realize after investing in a coach is that parenting is not feeding your children, putting a roof over their head, putting clothes on their back. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. That's not parenting. That's what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure your children eat. You're supposed to put clothes on their back and a roof over their head. That's the bare minimum, right? What my coach taught me, he didn't even have children. He still don't got kids, right? And I'm learning from somebody who don't even have children, right? He said parenting is about focused attention. And when he said that, it resonated with me. It was like, that is right. Like parenting and being a good parent is, can you give your children focused, dedicated attention? And that doesn't mean you got to be in your children's face 24/7. That's not parenting. But can you turn off the cell phones? Can you turn off the laptop? And can you all get in the bed and cuddle up and watch a movie together? That is dedicated, focused attention. So when he taught me that, immediately what I did, I prioritized focused attention on my calendar. I said every day for at least 1 hour a day, my children are going to have focused attention. Now, my kids get to be around me all day long. I'm cooking them dinner, they got snacks, we're running errands, right? But it's something about that dedicated, focused attention where you are just paying attention to them, right? And so, how I kind of hack that, one, we have date nights, me and my kids, right? We either go to we used to go to the movies every Friday night before COVID happened, right? Going to the movies was our thing. We successfully did that for years, right? We would go view the latest kids movie out, and they will have a ball, right? If we didn't go to the movies, we'll sometimes go to Chuck E. Cheese, but we had a very specific date night for just me and my children. Date nights, right? You could have to put that on your calendar. And then also focused attention could be, maybe in the summertime, 1 hour a day, you guys go outside and you play together, right? Or maybe you take them to the park. Like that was my thing. Taking them to the park was a way for them to, be free, right? For me to watch them and run up behind them and just look at them enjoying playing with them. But now since COVID, what we've actually done is focus attention at dinner time or breakfast, right? This is where we sit down as a family. When we eat like the Huxtables over here, right? We cook, we sit down at the kitchen table, no tablets, no cell phones. My son, he be tripping sometimes. He like, "Ma, I can't watch YouTube." No, this focus attention. It's you and me, bud. We here. We about to talk. You about to tell me how your day went and what you got going on, what you're thinking about, right? So that's what we implemented, especially since COVID, right? It's just dinner time or meal time is prioritized as our time to sit down as a family. So how I, work all of these hours, guys, I work 70 plus hours a week. It's probably more, honestly, if I really tracked how many hours I worked. I'm clocking some hours right now, right? And we'll talk about that in another segment, in part 3 of this video, right? So here's what I've learned is that you're not going to be super parent. You're not going to be, in your kid's face all day long, nor would you want to be, right? Allow your children to have some space and opportunity, but there definitely needs to be boundaries on how long they can be on their tablet, that they can watch TV, encouraging them to, go out and play, right? I just bought a basketball hoop set from Amazon, right? So our activity together is going to be going out and, shooting some hoops, me and my 2 children. We got a lake, a beautiful lake. So now we just bought, some little canoes or kayaks. So getting out on the water more is going to be an activity. So just hacking your schedule, right? And putting it on, being intentional about that focused attention, right? Is going to help you feel better. You're not going to be the best parent. I'm not the best parent, right? But as long as you can put it on your calendar and let your children know that you are prioritizing them, then that's all you can do, right? And then you can really have the peace of mind to focus on growing your business and providing a better life for you and your family. Okay. All right. So number 3 question that my lady asked me on our coaching call today. I told you guys she was rapid firing off those questions to me. She said, "Krista, what is your new morning routine?" Okay. Hold on, let me sip my tea. I said, unfortunately, I don't have a current morning routine right now. And here's why. Okay. So I'm gonna try to put on my serious face right now. There's going to be times in your life, in your business, on your business journey that you are in this growth phase, right? A growth phase could be meaning, you're learning a lot of things right now, right? You're the student right now. Then you're going to be in this implementation phase where you're putting into action everything that you just learned. And then you're going to be in this scale up phase where now all the things that you learn, all the, hard work is actually you're reaping the fruits of your hard work, of your labor, right? And it typically goes into cycles like that, right? Where you're a student, you're an implementer, and then you're a grower at the end of the day. And so the position that I'm now in my business, I went back to the learning phase, right? And the learning phase for me was, like late last year sometime, I was like learning how to take my business to the next level. Okay. I went through that learning phase. And mind you, I'm already in the growing phase and the learning phase simultaneously because my programs are growing, my coaching and consulting services are growing. I'm helping more and more people every single month. So I went into this learning phase to learn a new skill, right? To learn how to scale my business even further up, right? On how we can have even bigger and better impact, how we can help more people around the world. Okay. I'm learning how to do that. I learned how to do that. And now what we're in right now, the phase that I'm in right now is the actual implementation phase. And when you are implementing the things that you've learned, you spend an unmeasurable amount of hours on implementing, right? On doing the thing that's actually going to get your business to that growth phase that you're looking for. So one of my other clients that was on the call today, she said, Krista, I feel like I'm doing a lot of work, but I don't really know if I'm doing the right things. I don't even know if it's moving the needle. And I said, absolutely, it's moving the needle, right? Abso-freaking-lutely. The work that these people are doing today, they won't see the real benefit of it until next year, which is crazy, right? But I guarantee you, I say, listen to me, mark my words. By this time next year, people will be looking at you and wondering, how in the world did she do it or he do it, right? And I told them that. I said, stay with the plan, right? Implement, work. Yes, you are working a lot of hours right now, right? And I always tell them, I say, short-term pain for long-term gain. The work that you're doing today, you're going to reap massive benefits in the future. Your business is going to be in a whole nother level, and people are going to it's going to be mind-boggling to them how you got to that level, how you're actually reaping all of this success. They're going to think that you're going to hear people say, oh, he or she was an overnight success, or he or she, it came easy, but they don't realize all of the hours and the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears and pain that you had to go through just to get to that one moment. Right. And so what I told them, I said, it's okay if you're in that season where you're implementing all the strategies that you're now learning, because there will come a time where you're actually going to reap the benefits of all of your hard work. Right. There's going to come a time, and you're going to be in a position to where now you're enjoying life that most people only dream about enjoying life like. Right. You're going to be doing things. You're going to be in a better position financially. Right. Debt free. So I'm speaking life into them because I'm like, I get it. Short-term pain for long-term gain. Put in the necessary work today. Do all that you can do with what you have today, so that a year from now, people are going to be wondering where the heck you came from. They're going to be like, where did he or she come from? Right. And they won't even realize it. And I told one of my clients, I said, I'm not surprised next year that I'm having $1 million months. And people are going to be like, Krista, how? Right? Because I'm like, we've literally over the past, I haven't done a video probably in the past month and a half, because I've been implementing, right? I've been putting in all this work, building, creating. And I said, I wouldn't doubt that next year this time, we're having $1 million plus months, because all of the hard work that we're putting in today, right? And that's okay. Don't get down on yourself for working so many hours right now, as long as you have a plan, as long as you have an end result that you're actually working towards, okay? So what's the lessons from today? we had some really great lessons from today. Hey guys, one, in order to stay motivated, do something that you're passionate about, right? you have to tap into that intrinsic value for you to get over the hard times. Because trust me, guys, it gets hard. So if you don't like what you do, if it doesn't light you up, you're going to give up. So you have to find something that you're passionate about, that you're working towards. It could be a tangible thing that you're working towards. It could be financially. It could be, materialistic. I don't care what it is. Just make sure you're passionate about it, because when times get rough, and they will, you want to have the perseverance to keep going. Okay. 2, how do you balance having your children while growing your business? Just spend focused attention with your children and put it on your calendar. Put date nights with your children on your calendar, or put meal times with your children on your calendar, right? Prioritize just like you would anything else. Your children just has to go on your calendar as well. That's how you do it as a busy business person, right? Focused attention, no tablets, no cell phones, you in their face, right? I was telling my clients earlier, I was like, my kids don't even like me in their face now. Like, I'm in their face and I'm like hugging on them, kissing on them. I'm like, y'all come spend time with me. Let's cuddle. And they're like, okay, mom, right? Like, they're getting to that age right now, which is interesting. And then 3, it's okay to not have a morning routine. Like, I kind of got off on a tangent on number 3. She asked me about my morning routine. And as of right now, I just don't have one. My morning routine consists of waking up at 7 a.m. and starting meetings. Right now, we have over 30 plus people on our team. We have companies that we are, outsourcing work to. So every morning, I typically have a team meeting. I'm typically meeting with some aspect of my organization, right, to check upon the status of the things that we're currently building and creating. Okay. And then from there, it's just straight work all day. So I told her, I don't feel bad about being in this season. Ideally, this is not my ideal morning routine, to wake up, to go to bed at 3:30 and then wake back up at 7 a.m. and hop on meetings. That is not my ideal morning routine, right? I have my ideal morning routine written out. I have my ideal day written out. But I told her, when you're in a season of implementing, you're creating, you're building, it's okay for things to be off for a little while, because you are in a season of growth, right? And then next season, right, metaphorically speaking, next season, that's where you're actually going to be able to reap all of the benefits of that hard work that you're putting in the implementation phase. All right, guys, I'm super excited to be reconnected with you guys. I'm going to try to stick to my weekly schedule from here on out and actually give you guys the content that I know you need, that's actually going to help you grow your business. If you have any questions after these videos end, drop them below. Check out my resources. If you want to work with me, come on over, check out Tax and Accounting Clients on Demand. It's super affordable. It's going to change your freaking life, right? Because I give all the value, everything that you need to start, grow, or scale your very own tax and accounting business. All right, guys, I love you. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.